Nobel Prize. The Nobel Prize is one of the most important awards that anyone can receive. Nobel Prizes are given each year in 6 subject areas. The areas are physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, peace, and economics. The prizes honor people anywhere in the world who have done outstanding work in one of these areas. Nobel Prize, any of the prizes that are awarded annually from a fund bequeathed for that purpose by the Swedish inventor and industrialist Alfred Nobel. The Nobel Prizes are widely regarded as the most prestigious awards given for intellectual achievement in the world. In the will he drafted in 1895, Nobel instructed that most of his fortune be set aside as a fund for the awarding of 5 annual prizes to those who during the preceding year shall have conferred the greatest benefit on mankind. These prizes, as established by his will, are the Nobel Prize for Physics, the Nobel Prize for Chemistry, the Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine, the Nobel Prize for Literature, and the Nobel Prize for Peace. The first distribution of the prizes took place on December 10, 1901, the 15th anniversary of Nobel's death. An additional award, the Sveriges Riksbank Prize in Economic Sciences in memory of Alfred Nobel, was established in 1968 by the Bank of Sweden and was first awarded in 1969. Although not technically a Nobel Prize, it is identified with the award. Its winners are announced with the Nobel Prize receipts, and the prize in economic sciences is presented at the Nobel Prize award ceremony. After Nobel's death, the Nobel Foundation was set up to carry out the provisions of his will and to administer his funds. In his will, he had stipulated that 4 different institutions, such as 3 Swedish and 1 Norwegian, should award the prizes. From Stockholm, the Royal Swedish Academy of Science confers the prizes for physics, chemistry, and economics. The Karolinska Institute confers the prize for physiology or medicine, and the Swedish Academy confers the prize for literature. The Norwegian Nobel Committee, based in Oslo, confers the prize for peace. The Nobel Foundation is the legal owner and functional administrator of the funds and serves as the joint administrative body of the prize awarding institutions, but it is not concerned with the prize deliberations or decisions, which rest exclusively with the 4 institutions. The selection process of Nobel Prize. The prestige of the Nobel Prize stems in part from the considerable research that goes into the selection of the prize winners. Although the winners are announced in October and November, the selection process begins in the early autumn of the preceding year, when the prize awarding institutions invite more than 6,000 individuals to propose or nominate candidates for the prizes. Some 1,000 people submit nominations for each prize, and the number of nominees usually ranges from 100 to about 250. Among those nominating are Nobel laureates, members of the prize awarding institutions themselves, scholars active in the fields of physics, chemistry, economics, and physiology or medicine, and officials and members of diverse universities and learned academics. The respondents must supply a written proposal that details their candidate's worthiness. Self-nomination automatically disqualifies the nominee. Prize proposals must be submitted to the Nobel committees on or before January 31st of the award year. On February 1, the 6 Nobel committees, one for each prize category, start their work on the nominations received. Outside experts are frequently consulted during the process in order to help the committees determine the originality and the significance of each nominee's contribution. During September and early October, the Nobel committees have accomplished their work and submit their recommendations to the Royal Swedish Academy of Science and the other prize awarding institutions. A committee's recommendation is usually but not invariably followed. The deliberations and the voting within these institutions are secret at all stages. The final decision by the awarders must be made by November 15. Prizes may be given only to individuals, except the Peace Prize, which may also be conferred upon an institution. An individual may not be nominated posthumously, but a winner who dies before receiving the prize may be awarded it posthumously. The awards may not be appealed. Official support, whether diplomatic or political, for a certain candidate has no bearing on the award process because the prize awarders as such are independent for the state. Each Nobel Prize consists of a gold medal, a diploma bearing citation, and a sum of money, the amount of which depends on the income of the Nobel Foundation. A Nobel Prize is either given entirely to one person, divided equally between two persons, or shared by three persons. In the latter case, each of the three persons can receive a one-third share of the prize, or two together can receive a one-half share. Sometimes a prize is withheld until the following year. If not then awarded, it is paid back to the funds, which happens also when a prize is neither awarded nor reserved. Two prizes in the same field, that is, the prize withheld from the previous year and the current year's prize, can thus be awarded in 1 year. If a prize is declined or not accepted before a set date, the prize money goes back into the funds. Some prizes have been declined by their winners, and in certain instances, governments have refused to allow their citizens to accept them. Those who win a prize are nevertheless entered into the list of Nobel laureates with a remark, declined the prize. The prizes are open to all, irrespective of nationality, race, creed, and ideology. They can be awarded more than once to the same recipient. The ceremonial presentations of the awards for physics, chemistry, physiology or medicine, literature and economics take place in Stockholm, and that for peace takes place in Oslo on December 10, the anniversary of Nobel's death. The laureates usually receive their prizes in person, and each presents a lecture in connection with the award ceremonies. The general principles governing awards were laid down by Alfred Nobel in his will. In 1900, supplementary rules of interpretation and administration were agreed upon between the executors, representatives of the prize awarding institutions and the Nobel family, and were confirmed by the king in council. These statutory rules have on the whole remained unchanged but have been somewhat modified in application. Nobel's ambitious stipulation that the literature prize be awarded to the authors of works of an idealistic tendency was interpreted strictly in the beginning but has gradually been interpreted more flexibly. The basis for the economics award was scientific, that is, mathematical or statistical rather than political and social. The Nobel Prizes of Physics, Chemistry, Physiology, or Medicine have generally been the least controversial, while those for literature and peace have been, by their very nature, the most exposed to critical differences. The Peace Prize has been the prize most frequently reserved or withheld. Here, some of the pictures of Nobel Prizes. Let's see about the medal. Each medal has a portrait of Alfred Nobel in left profile on the obverse. The medals for chemistry, literature, physics, and physiology or medicine have an identical portrait of Nobel with different portraits on the Peace and Economics Prize medals. The medals for chemistry, literature, physics, and physiology or medicine were designed by Erich Lindbergh. The Peace Prize medal was designed by Gustav Vigeland and the Economics Prize medal by Gunvor Svensson Lundquist. The front of the medal shows a portrait in relief of Alfred Nobel. His name and the years of birth and death are engraved along the edge. Around the 5 mm thick edge are engraved the words Prix Nobel de la Paix, the year, and the name of the laureate. The medals are struck in 18-karat green gold plated with 24-karat gold and weight about 175 grams each, with the exception of the economic prize medal which weighs 185 grams.